Hello viewers and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, as usual, we are going to provide a solution to A and B in this particular equation. But I will not mind if you pause this video and hit the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell so that anytime we upload video, you will be notified. Thank you so much. So follow me, let's solve the equation together. Thank you so much. In an equation, whatever you did to the left hand side must definitely be done to the right hand side for the equation to balance. But in this case, I want to carry out an operation in such a way that it will not to a particular side in such a way that it will not affect the other side. So here I want to raise a to the power of 2 over 2 minus b squared to the power of 2 over 2 to be equals to 20. And I know that 2 divided by 2 is 1 and 2 divided by 2 is 1, and it's changing nothing to the result of a and b squared. So this 2 over 2 is the same thing as 1 over 2 times 2. And based on the law of indices, whenever I have p raised to the power of m n is something as p raised to the power of m n. This is based on the law of indices. That means the powers will multiply each other. So if that is the case, I can write this as a raised to the power of 1 over 2 multiplying 2 minus b raised to the power of 4 over 2 to be equals to 20. So this 4 over 2 is the same thing as 1 over 2 times 4. 1 over 2 times 4 is the same thing as 4 over 2. So this is a raised to the power of 1 over 2 squared minus b raised to the power of 1 over 2 raised to the power of 4 is now equals to 20. So I want to introduce another unknown in such a way that two unknowns that will represent a raised to the power of 1 over 2 as well as b raised to the power of 1 over 2. So let's introduce x and y. So let x be equals to a raised to the power of 1 over 2 and y be equals to b raised to the power of 1 over 2. So that anywhere I see a here, I put x, and anywhere I see b in this equation, I put y. So I have x raised to the power x squared minus y raised to the power of 4 is now equals to 20. So this x squared minus y raised to the power of 4 can be written as x plus y squared x minus y squared to be equals to 20. Yes, because I believe that by the time you open this bracket, you are getting this back. So we have different product of 20. For example, I have 20 and 1, I have 5 and 4, and I have 2 and 10. So it is not advisable to use 20 and 1 because 1 is a factor of any number. So we don't have to use this. We still don't have to use 5 and 4. Why? Because 5 and 4 are two consecutive numbers. And when we look at it, we'll get to understand that x and y can never be consecutive because the difference between x and y is too wide, because for x to subtract y and still have 20, the range will be too wider. So it is advisable not to use 5 and 4, but that doesn't mean that someone should not use 5 and 4. Someone may decide to use 5 and 4, and another person may decide to use 20 and 1 in order to check. It is possible that you may arrive at the same answer provided you follow the necessary steps, but I prefer to use 2 and 10 because 2 and 10 carries a reasonable spacing between the two. There are a lot of numbers, integers between 2 and 10. So I prefer using 2 and 10 because 2 and 10 are also a product of 20. So if that is the case, x plus y squared multiplying x minus y squared is now equals to 2 times 10. But another important point is that x plus y squared must be greater than x minus y squared. Yes, and if that is the case, then x plus y squared multiplying x minus y squared will now be equals to 10 times 2 and not 2 times 10 as earlier written here. So if that is the case, we have x plus y squared to be equals to 10. I call it equation 1, and x minus y squared to be equals to 2, and I call it equation 2. And we can see that this is a simultaneous equation which we have to handle simultaneously. So let's solve this equation by elimination. In elimination, I want to eliminate the first terms of the equation. So by eliminating x and x, I subtract x minus x is 0. So y squared minus minus is plus. So y squared plus y squared is 2y squared is equals to 10 minus minus is plus. So 10 minus 2 is 8. So I'm looking for y. That means I need to divide both sides by 2. This 2 will go with this 2. So my y squared is now equals to 4. And when I take the square root of both sides, that means y will now be equals to plus or minus 2. We can see that x is plus y is plus or minus x. So how can we get the value of x? Is by using either equation 1 or equation 2 to solve for the value of x. So allow me to clean this side. So from equation 1, equation 1 says x plus y squared is equals to 10. Now that we've gotten the value of y to be plus or minus 2, so x plus 2 squared, because since the y here is squared, then whether x is positive or x is negative, the result will still remain positive. So it's equals to 10. So x plus 4 is now equals to 10. So x is now equals to 10 minus 4, and x is now equals to 6. So we can see that x is now equals to 6 and y is equals to plus or minus 2. So, but remember that we were asked to find the value or values of a and b and not x and y. So, but at a particular point here, I let y to be equals to I let x to be equals to a raised power of 1 over 2. And if the value of x is 6, that means I will have 6 to be equals to a raised power 1 over 2. That means I need to square both sides. Yes, I need to square both sides. So in squaring both sides, a will now be equals to 36. So let me clean this side. We can see that the value of a is 36, and y is now equals to b raised power 1 over 2. So if the value of y is plus or minus 2, so 2 is equals to b raised power of 1 over 2. So 2 raised power of 2 is now equals to b. So 2 raised power of 2 is 4 is now equals to b. So b is now equals to 4. We can see that b is equals to 4 because this y is now going to be squared, so it's not going to affect the value of y. So we can see that a is 36 and b is 4. And someone may decide to check and see whether A minus B as 36 and 4 will satisfy this particular equation. Thank you so much for watching. Should in case you have any comment, observation, or you observe an error, we can meet in the comment section.